Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Detroit Key Club. We are here with our special guest, the most worshipful Grand Master of the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge, Free and Accepted Mason, jurisdiction of Michigan, the Honorable Roderick D. Anderson.
Thank you, sir.
I keep waiting for the virtual hand clap. James, I'm going to need you to make sure that you put that on there because I need that. Okay. This is a special topic on today, all things Masonic. Let's get into it. Grandmaster.
Yes, sir.
Who is Prince Hall?
Prince Hall is the founder of our institution. Prince Hall was a abolitionist who believed in speaking up for the rights of African Americans back during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw where the white Masons had their group, had their organization, and he wanted to be a part of that. However, as we very well know, back then it was very difficult for us to be a part of anything, let alone us trying to get our own thing. So he saw fit to be bold enough to go to the leadership and solicit membership into their Masonic order. And then he took it a step further and said, hey, he and 14 others decided, why can't we get our own? So they petitioned. And the rest is history. African Lodge number 459 was the first Prince Hall Lodge. And of course, he was our first Grand Master. And ever since then, we have been trying to live that dream. We've been trying to honor those milestones, those principles that he laid out in order for us to be where we are today. So that's a little bit small snippet of who Prince Hall really was. But I would encourage people, if you want to be a part of this organization, I would encourage you to do your homework first. You know, instead of relying on us to give you some information, do your homework on who Prince Hall is, because or who Prince Hall was, because when we have members that come into our petition to come into our lodge, one of the questions that I ask is, who is Prince Hall? What did you find out about him? So if you didn't do your research, then I'd start looking at you a little differently, because you didn't do the necessary research to find out about the organization that you were becoming a member of. So if you didn't take that extra step, then how serious are you about being a member? What value will you add to the organization once you come in? So I would just encourage anybody to go out and do some research, some real research, factual research on Prince Hall.
So, and of course, I got to get into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
What is the difference between Prince Hall Masons and the International?
We are chartered by the Grand Lodge of England. We received our charter from them and they didn't. So we consider ourselves legit. You know, they may have their own spin on it, but because we were birthed from the Grand Lodge of England with a charter, we consider ourselves the legitimate organization.
Nice. Any question from you, Erica?
This is interesting.
Okay. So who can become a Freemason, a Prince Hall Mason?
Oh,
we got to start making that distinction.
Well, you must first be of good moral character in order to be a member of our organization. We do not discriminate against race. What we do discriminate is against character. And if your character is not of high morality or not of suitable morality, let me say it that way, then it's not for you, because what we try to do is we try to portray the image of being just and upright men. Of course, in any organization, you have those that are you know, not everybody is correct.
Right.
Okay. But we try to stick to the principles of Masonry, where one of the main goals for us is mission statements, rather, is making good men better, which is a part of our mission statement in the Grand Lodge. And that's our focus, is making good men better. Not to say that if you've had some issues prior to coming into our organization that we frown on that. No, that's not what I'm trying to convey. What I'm saying is, if you've done something that is of good moral character or good moral value that adds strength to who we are as especially as Black men.
Right.
You know, back in the day, Masonry, Prince Hall Masonry, was looked upon, and especially in Detroit, was looked upon as the go-to organization in the community, not the Nation of Islam,
Mm-hmm.
but we've gotten away from being that example, that role model, that speed dial organization, and we're getting back to that. But back in the day, we were the organization that the Black community called and solicited support from. So, in order to be a Mason, we're asking, in order to be a Prince Hall Mason, we're asking that those individuals be of great moral character, high moral character, and those that want to really make a difference in the community.
All right. So, with that being said, Freemason, can you let us know, is it a religion or a cult? Because, it's people out there that say, I don't know about the Masons. Y'all slaying cats and sacrificing people.
Come on, man.
See the stuff that's online.
I'm glad you asked that question, because that just irks me to know, Ian, that people associate us with being a cult.
Mm-hmm.
We have brothers and sisters who are members of the ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Jackson is a well-known Mason. Al Sharpton is a well-known Mason. So and then you had John Conyers. I'm just naming.
Right.
You had Coleman Young. So if these folks were a part of a cult,
mm-hmm.
do you honestly? No. Let me just ask this question.
Come on, keep it playing. Come
Black
on, Pastor
people.
Anderson.
We Black people, right?
Yes.
We scared of the devil. We
Right.
don't want to deal with the devil, right? So why would we want to be in an organization that serves devilish behavior?
Mm-hmm.
Why? First of all, that ain't who we are.
No.
But we have religious tenets
mm-hmm.
of our organization. You must have a faith and belief in a supreme being. Why do we say a supreme being and don't say God or anything like that? Because we have all walks of faith. Only a belief in a being. That is one check block of becoming, encourage people to hearing social, being a part of a cult or
mm-hmm.
Illuminati or whatever that is. Because we have some great people who believe in a supreme being that want to make a difference in the communities that we serve, and they have no devilish motives to do anything other than that.
So 6 years ago, when I joined Masonry, I got kicked out of a church for joining.
No,
and I can tell the church,
told me
so
that story.
6 years ago, I was a member at Greater Love Church of God in Christ on the west side of Detroit, and I had the emblems. You know how when we first go through, we get all of the emblems and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
trying to let our light shine and everything.
Right.
So the deacon board brought me in the office and asked me, what is that and what is going on? So they really tried to get me to pick between the two. And I said, I'm not choosing the church over Masonry, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. So they swept it down that we were sacrificing kids and cats and stuff. And so end up leaving that church, and the bishop of that jurisdiction, he took me up under his wings because he said, don't pay that no attention. But it's folks that are small-minded, don't have no idea what Masonry is about. And to make those statements, to me, it's just ridiculous.
Everything happens for a reason. So that was a reason for you to not be there.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So we go into some churches for our funeral services, for our fallen members, or for church visitations, and we are told explicitly by the pastor of that church, you can't do XYZ in the pulpit. You can't do XYZ in the church. And it boggles my mind
mm-hmm.
that folks of the faith are not doing their homework to understand that we are not of a cult. We are not of a demonic nature. We are basically, as it relates to our our Masonic service, we're just basically honoring the last rite of our fallen member.
Exactly.
And all we're doing is just paying tribute to that person. There's nothing other than that. And then they find out we say a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And they find out we pray before. Praying, at the service, but they find out that we pray
mm-hmm.
because the first great undertaking of Masons, we have to pray. And then when they find that out, they be like, oh, I didn't know that. But what's so ironic is they have members who are Masons in their church.
That's true. And we got a couple of people on here. Let me acknowledge Misty Burns. We love you too. And yes, Misty and Terrence Burns, they did accept me, and I love you guys. Those are my current pastors there. Adrian Thomas, happy Refill Sunday. Start with the full cup and be careful who you empty yourself to. And she said, oh, wow, small-minded people. and it's all about brotherly love. Bam, we love you, Beverly. Thank you for joining us and tuning in. And so, Erica, you know you're supposed to be reading those comments on that side, though.
Well, I have to dip in when I can.
I wear glasses, you don't. I got to squint. You guys, I love my sister Erica.
These two are hilarious, y'all.
This is just what we do.
We love each other.
This is what we do.
Don't go get it twisted. We do.
All right. And speaking of the Illuminati, because I want to know this too, is Masonry a part of the Illuminati?
No.
Because I want to know about Jay Z and Beyonce.
No.
Let me find out, y'all, because I heard that there's another part of Masonry that all of us that's in it don't know about, and that's where everybody that's making moves at. Is that true?
Well, if there's another movement that's going on, then I certainly don't know about it either, because I'm kind of connected to some parts of our organization. I got elevated to the last and final rite, which is the 33rd. There was nothing mentioned of demonic, Illuminati, or anything like that.
That's all I want to know. You're 33rd too?
Yeah.
Oh, 33rd. That's okay. I'm just what am I?
Keep aspiring. Keep aspiring.
No, you know what? When I get deep pockets like y'all, then yeah, I'll cross that line, because now them dudes be killing.
Yeah. Well, another thing, to become a Mason, you got to put in some money, and you got to put in some time. So if you don't have those two,
then this may not be the organization for you.
Not at that time.
Right. We'll wait on. But you know what? It's less taxing than the church, because the church take about 3 benevolent offerings before they take the main offering. So at least for Masonry, we only got one offering. The building fund. We got the children's nursery. The ushers need gloves. Let me stop. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Is Tupac dead or under another name? That's funny.
Come on, Rod. I think Rod. No, Rod, you gotta know. What Tupac? Who shot Biggie? Who shot Pac?
Where's he at? Where Tupac
I will say that the building that we in, Metro Prince Hall Temple, we've been in that building for over 70 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
But we were not the first occupants of that building. And we have embarked on a capital campaign where we're restoring that beautiful jewel to the edifice that edifice to the beautiful jewel that she once was.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many rooms and pockets in this building. I'm like,
did y'all find something?
Okay, did you find a treasure?
I know,
not yet, but
you could tell me and Erica after the podcast.
Okay, all right.
Because I
think it's some treasure in there.
It might be, but I can tell you there's some hidden rooms.
But you know what I want to do too? We need to put the information on the capital campaign out on our website, so people can donate directly to Prince Hall, the Grand Lodge, and so we'll make sure that we get that information from you, and then we'll add that to our social media page and to our website.
Thank you.
Because we got folks all over the world. Like I keep saying, somebody got some coins. If we just need to hit a lick,
right?
Just one.
Erica,
find the right person.
I'm gonna have to pimp you out.
Okay. We gotta talk about this.
Okay.
I think he need to put down this blade.
This makes for the good show. Nobody wants it to be boring. All right, so no Illuminati, no Jimmy Hoffa. We don't know what Tupac is. We don't know who shot Biggie.
None of that.
You ain't friends with Jay Z and Beyonce.
I'm
wish. So disappointed. I just knew. I just felt in my spur that it was gonna be my spur that I'm like, maybe I get a better seat on them tickets instead of the seat that I got. But anyway, all right. The Order of the Eastern Star. So we know that women can't join. What part could a woman join?
Well, there are different facets of our Masonic order. The most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Masons is the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And there are branches on this tree that make up the Prince Hall family here in the state of Michigan. And one of those branches is the Order of the Eastern Star, Prince Hall Grand Chapter, Order of the Eastern Star, where Sister Keona Ian Cowan is our Grand Worthy Matron, is our awesome Grand Worthy Matron.
Shout out to the Grand Worthy Matron. She is watching. We should have, I should have sent her a link. Next time we're gonna have to bring her on, because we're gonna get in trouble.
Well, and then you have Brian Johnson, who's the Grand Worthy Patron, but
we'll bring them both on.
Yeah, and so men brothers can be a part of the Order of the Eastern Star, but the Order of the Eastern Star is mainly a sister-led organization, and they're doing some outstanding work over there. They have a backpack program. Of course, they have a scholarship program. They have Feed the Homeless program. They have a number of matter of fact, the Grand Worthy Matron, one of her pet projects during her administration was, I think it was a book reading. She was, raising, I had a drive for, to allow, getting books to and provide them to underprivileged kids. So, but Prince Hall Grand Chapter is our backbone here in the state, because without that support from those sisters, I dare think where we would be, Masonically as brothers, without their support. But in order to be a member of the Order of the Eastern Star, you have to have some of the same standards as a female as you do as a brother. So,
Erica, what chapter you at?
Shout out to Guiding Star, chapter number 11, and the worthy patron. My former worthy patron was Brian Johnson, so I am very good friends with Brian. He was my worthy patron for like 8 years.
I'm still waiting on my application though.
I'm gonna get you an application.
Oh, he's not ready. So okay.
No,
he's ready.
I've been said. I told.
We're gonna get him an application.
Who'd I tell?
Lynette or Kathy. Told you.
Yeah. Just give me a.
Okay, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Give me in. Adrian said, Eastern Stars, my grandmother and great grandmother were faithful members, stopped the world from pledging and passed away, doing and giving to an organization that they truly love. I was a kid and never understood until I became older. The water was fine, Adrian. So if you want to come into the fold, come on. We can go through together.
Yeah, we're looking for good men and women that just want to make a difference.
We had Adrian Thomas. She's the author of this book, When Your Cup is Empty. We had her on the show.
Okay.
And her book is amazing.
It's
about mental health.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. So shout out to Adrian. We love her.
Working on your mental health.
Yes. It's something that we all need to do. All right. Let's go back into Freemasonry. All right. What are some of the community services that you guys are doing this year?
Well, first of all, we're stretched across the state. We're as far as Muskegon, far west as Muskegon, and far east as Port Huron. So we're community service based organization. So what we try to do every year, or every opportunity that we get, we try to do whatever we can to help improve those communities that we serve. As I mentioned, we got the Prince Hall Grand Chapter, who spearheads the backpack program for the back to school. During the back to school time, we have Feeding the Homeless. We have food baskets programs that we do during Thanksgiving and holidays. Thanksgiving and Christmas. We have a Coach for Kids that Brother Past Master John Solomon has been actively doing for Lord knows how long, and that keeps growing and growing. Sister Jackie Butts and her husband and others are part of the
Masonic
Angels. And each year, they keep doing an awesome job in terms of giving back to the young kids. So we're doing a lot. Scholarships, we're offering scholarships. It's an array of things that I can just go down the list, but all we're trying to focus on each and every opportunity that we get is what can we do as a Black organization to help improve the quality of life in those neighborhoods. And as you will continue to hear me say this throughout this interview, that's our banter. Those are our marching orders. Let's make a difference in the communities that we serve. So as a matter of fact, Metro Prince Hall Temple back in the day was the spot for Black entertainment. That's where all the Black entertainers came to perform.
Yeah,
right there.
My mom told me
on Gratiot and McDougal
all kinds of stories from back in the day about
so we're trying
about McDougal and the Grenadier. And,
So the Grenadier is no longer around, but we're still there. So we're trying to do our part to keep that rich history alive, and we're trying to do our part to make sure that we make a difference right there on that. Continue to make a difference on that corner.
Nice. I'm trying to pull up this because this is important. And if it's okay with you, Grandmaster, I'm going to put the website link to the Grand Lodge on our page.
Please.
So that they can have that information.
Please.
How many people are actually on the principal officers at Grand Lodge, just for those that want to know that information?
We have 13 principal officers.
And I got to get a shout out to my past master, Horace Jackson from 49.
Yeah, he's our grand treasurer.
That's right. See, I had to look it up. So this webpage, just a sidebar, it is amazing from where it was. Now it's better. So I'm not sure who's doing the web page, but they're doing a heck of a job. And I love these pictures and everything because it helps for some of us that's new to Masonry to see the name and the face of the individual. So when we go out and we can call them by name and not say, Erica, who is so-and-so and so.
And that's a part of our rebranding initiative that we have going on, because when I took office, one of my focus was to rebrand who we are. Because again, I grew up knowing that Masons used to be the go-to organization. So I wanted us to go back to that. In order for us to go back to that, when you come to our website, you got to be impressed enough to see whatever the first thing that you see, you want to continue to see more. So that was the first thing that you see was those officers. We didn't really have that, on a consistent basis. So we made sure that even Gary Dean Robinson, I'm looking at his picture.
Yeah, because I got to give my boy a shout out. It was his birthday.
Antonio's.
Oh, I love me some Gary Dean.
Yeah, so we even got Gary Dean looking
Happy
nice
birthday, G.
and professional on that picture. So, that was the first step. Let's make sure that when people come to our site, it looks professional. It looks interesting enough.
As Keona sent a message saying that the Prince Hall Grand Chapter will be hosting a Stomping It Out mental and physical health fair on March 25th at WC3 on Outer Drive from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it is free of charge.
Hey, Grand Matron, how are you? Glad you joined us.
Yeah, we're going to have to bring her on the next show.
She's an awesome woman. As a matter of fact, not only is she doing great things here in Michigan, but she's also the president of the Midwest Regional Conference of Grand Chapters and Eastern Stars. So for those of you that don't know what that means.
Is that the Illuminati?
No, that's not the Illuminati, but that's the regional. We have a regional conference. As a matter of fact, we're going to be going to Milwaukee next week. And it's comprised of 11 jurisdictions that where we meet every year to talk about how we can best improve across the board between these 11 jurisdictions, how we can best improve Prince Hall Masonry. And Sister Cowan is the president on the sister side of that organization. So big shout out to her. Michigan, matter of fact, we started that conference. So for us to now be in a position that we're in right now in terms of leadership, it shows the great pride and great determination that Michigan has to keep us alive in that conference. So shout out to Grand Worthy Matron Keona Cowan for the great work that she's doing.
This is your second year?
Yes.
So are you going to do a third year?
Well, that's on the table. We'll see what happens. It's been discussed.
Okay.
But
I'm just trying to make sure we can get that inside and exclusive.
I have not made.
You heard it first here at the DKC Live Conversation.
I have not made a decision yet, but the members, they like what's going on. And again, we're in the midst of acquiring money from the state for our capital campaign. So, I just think in my heart of hearts, it's best that we keep that voice and faith, promoting that. But we'll see what happens. The jurisdiction has the final say. So,
well, once they
I'm
make
trying
that
to make
decision,
a good case for it to keep going.
Make sure you announce it first here on Detroit Key Club.
Right.
We need some exclusive.
We want the exclusive rights. We're gonna have to shake on this.
We have to shake on this.
Over.
Have to make sure. What else we got going on here? Oh, we have to actually wrap it up.
Oh, already?
Yeah, I was just having some fun.
Just going in.
But let me thank you for having me on the show. I've learned a lot about the Detroit Key Club. I say Glee Club, but anything that I or the Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge can do to help further your mission, please don't hesitate, because we're looking for partners like you guys to help get that word out. So I'm a firm believer that the more the better. And, especially in our community, we really need to do some partnering with some meaningful organizations such as yourselves that want to really do what's best for the organization. So thank y'all for having me. I had a great time here, and I hope I put to rest this thought of that we're a cult and we're part of the Illuminati.
The Illuminati. I'm sure that the people still thinking
right.
they
We're
like.
We're
gonna see.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's gonna be. You got to put a comma on that, Erica, to be continued.
To be continued. Dot.
All right. Any final words from my co-host?
Well, just thank you all for joining us. Thank you for participating. We love all the good comments. Don't forget to follow us on our social media page, our IG page, Detroit _Key Club. And don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page and check our website out for all of our upcoming events.
I need you guys that are listening to me on YouTube and all of the other podcast services. This is very important. I need you guys to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Because when you like and subscribe, then those algorithms and all that robot stuff, they will allow us to reach a broader audience. Okay. And so if you like the content of this podcast, and what we're doing here at Detroit Key Club, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. All right. Rod, I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir,
for coming on the show. Thank you for accepting the invite. It was such a pleasure. You're my main man.
This was a great experience. I feel like I'm on the Tom Jordan show here, the Ricky Smiley show, man. This is a great setup.
Hey, that's my turtle name.
What?
Ricky Smiley is his turtle name.
Okay.
Blue. Yeah. All right, tune in to the next episode of Detroit Key Club next Sunday. Until then, peace, love, and hair grease.
Have a wonderful Sunday evening.
Take it easy, everybody.